Hello everyone, it's Loretta and welcome back to my series of gift giving ideas. This one is one for the kids. It is a great craft that you can do with your children, provided that you have complete supervision over them. And I say that because it uses hot glue. Anytime you want to use hot glue, you need to use reasonable caution, especially with little ones. They can so do this. Say maybe a 5 to 12-year-old. Older kids than that can do it on their own without your assistance. So what you're going to need, and this is a teacher gift. This could be a gift for their friends going back to school. This could be a gift for a kid at heart. A retired teacher would enjoy this. So all you're going to need is hot glue gun, which mine is warming up. If you already have a big arts and crafts selection like I do, you have a lot of this stuff already. But we actually made these for the September hospice gift that we're giving to our patients. And so what we're going to do is we're going to decorate this and make a small wreath that they can hang on their door. You could put a candle in here if you wanted. Obviously, I would suggest a flameless candle. The opportunities for making this are endless. I bought my wreaths directly from Oriental Trading. In my case, I had to have 100 of them, so I bought them from there and got a really good price. So you're gonna need the buttons or whatever you want to decorate them with, some ribbon for a small little topper. I bought some cupcake rings that you just stick on the top of a cupcake, and we remove the shanks, and those are going to go on our wreaths along with crayons. Now, these crayons were repurposed from my churches. I recently replaced all of the old crayons with new ones, and I asked if I could have the old ones. And so this is actually what was left after our craft night. You're only going to need, say, 4 to 6, maybe, more if you want more crayons. I like to pick out the crayons that are not broken, so you don't want anything broken. You do want to kind of stick with some brighter colors. It doesn't matter if they don't have a little point on them. This is just for the feel of the project. If you only have crayon pieces, you can certainly use those. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the overall feel of the project will be a little bit nicer if you use whole crayons. You will also need a brown paper bag for the packaging of this project, so that when we put this in the brown paper bag, it'll look like a little lunch sack and kind of tie into our back to school theme. Of course, you can do whatever you want. Like I said, you can, instead of using crayons, you can use paintbrushes. You can use anything that your imagination can come up with to make these little mini wreaths. I do have a professional grade glue gun. And since these were already cut and ready for our craft night, I'm just going to use what I have. This is just curling ribbon. You can use wire ribbon, whatever you'd like. And we just put a rubber band around ours because I didn't have any twist ties. So we just, may do with what we have. Same thing when you're crafting in your home. Look at things in a little bit different light, so to speak. So I like to start and just kind of decide which one's going to be top and which part's going to be bottom. It's easier to clean up after the fact. And I'm just going to, I put glue on the back of this piece. I'm just going to hold that there for just a second while I let that sit up. And you may have to go back and add more glue, which I do feel like I need to do. I'm just going to reach up underneath that, and then this is thick enough to where I can hold it comfortably with my hand. and not worry that it's going to burn my fingers. Now I'm going to apparently hold that for another minute. I'm going to start putting my crayons on here. I like to put the glue onto the crayon. And since these have papers on them, it's going to be easy for me to just place them on my wreath without burning my fingers. You could even have them pointing out. You can have them any direction you want. We made 100 of these in just under 2 hours. So if we can do that many, I don't think it's going to take you that long to make a few. And your kids are going to love this. They get to, maybe it's your way to help them clean out their old crayons, and a way to bribe them, maybe this time of the year anyway, get them some new crayons, or buy some new crayons for this project. One of the reasons I like the fact that these are already used, it just gives them that character, that feel of fun that you get when you do start looking at back to school. So there are all the crayons in place. You may want to let that sit for just a few minutes. And then these buttons came from Walmart, and the reason I bought them is there are some really fun geometric shapes in here, as you can see. And I also bought them because of their really bright colors. We're just going to start putting these in wherever you want. If you're doing these for a guy, don't use the flowers, just use the geometric shapes, whatever you like. If you see any bare spots, go on and take your little buttons and fill them in. Especially if you don't have a whole lot of crayons that you can use, or if you're using some other theme, so to speak, you can definitely use the smaller ones. Another idea that you could use is tie a small string to the back side of this so that they could use it as a door hanging. If you're giving it to a teacher, you could even make a little banner with their name on it. The ideas are really just limited by your own imagination. And you may want to hold it up and take a look at it from now and again, just to see if there is something that you'd like to fill in. So here is the wreath that's finished. Now we're going to package it. Lunch sack. This one's a little bit bigger than average. I think it's like 7 or 7.5 by 11. You could even put a gift card in here, whatever you want. Now I do recommend that this sits for just a little bit to make sure that it is cooled off. Place it in your bag so that the centerpiece is still up top. And then because it is a lunch sack, you do just want to kind of roll it. And I'm going to cut this topper to be 1/4 inch wider than I need. So it now measures 6 1/4 by 4. Now you can choose which side of the paper you want out. So you could do it like this and maybe layer something, or you can do it like this and layer something, whatever you like. And this layering piece measures, I really should have just rolled it and put the topper on at the same time. but, you know, hindsight's 20/20, so I am just going to go ahead and redo this. Nobody's ever going to know, actually, until they open it anyway, that this was stapled twice. Just use some glue, tape, whatever you have handy. And there you have it. How fun and stinking cute is that idea? If you give something like this a try, please let me know. I'd love to see your work. You could put your teacher's name and the recipient, you know, die cut some letters, whatever you want to do. The ideas, once again, are endless. Thank you again for joining me for this gift-giving series. Thank you again for joining me for this series. If you'd like, and you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up and share my videos on your social media. Stay happy and be a blessing. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.